Author's point of view. As when inside, Jungkook saw Sting with her friends and two unknown men. As it didn't took a minute to Jungkook to know what is happening. He looked at Rhea with rage and this stupid girl is not good influence if she had to go on the date. Too much about it. It is not like she owned this cafe and they don't came together so it was not her problem. Hey, meet Taehong and his friend Jamin. Ria introduced her to Taeho and his friend who was already Sting. Hi everyone. Sat with smile, she sat beside Ria and opposite side of Jamin. She had never been in the company of boys, so it was quite awkward for her. So miss, what are your majors? Jamin tried to make small conversation with her to make her comfortable. I'm studying business management. Gave the answer in small voice. Well, that's great. Corporate world has good scope, you will surely get a good placement after you graduate. Devin said and asked other random questions and soon found him quite talkative person and was quite gentleman too. She started to open up with him without knowing her action had awakened sleeping demon. Jungkook had a dark look on his face. He was mad at for being comfortable with other than him. He really want to go where was sitting and drag her out so he will get to know what her action can lead her in, but also don't want to scare her off. She already shows some annoyance towards him and his action can make things worse so he endure. Nearly an hour later and group went out from there and left for their class. Jungkook left after, went inside her college, but this time he didn't go back to home but a branch office of the company he owned. He directly went inside CEO's office and making person inside shocked. Chairman, you are here. Please sit. Man stood up and offered his own chair, but Jungkook went towards the couch and sat down. The brand CEO also went there and waited for Jungkook to speak. He knows Jungkook hates noisy people, so they have been specially warned about maintaining silence in front of Jungkook and spoke only when needed. Jungkook took his phone out and did something on it. Soon the CEO got notification indicating he had got a message. The boy in black pant and blue shirt in the photo. I need every detail about him in our. Jungkook spoke in lazy manner and stared at the person in front of him like predator staring at his prey. CEO immediately agreed and got out to take action. He don't know what that boy did to often the great demon, but he still did what he was told. It was not his business to begin with what that boy did. Later at the evening, came back as usual, but she has no idea what was waiting for her at the home. As she entered, she suddenly had the bad feeling all of a sudden. She walked towards the living room and saw Jungkook sitting on the chair. She saw his gloomy face, but she didn't did anything to make him angry. So why was he looking her like she had robbed him every single penny? She thought maybe someone else had made him unhappy, so didn't dwell into this thought too much. Good evening, Mr. Jion, she said and was about to head towards her room but stopped when Jungkook spoke. So how was your date, miss? Even the most idiot person can tell how much displeased Jungkook was when he uttered those words. and it really make you confused. First, she was not on the date with anyone, and second, even if she was, then how it was related to Jungkook? She was really annoyed how controlling he was. She don't want to argue with him and said, Mr. Jeon, you are my employer and I'm your employee. Our relations start here and end here. So please stay in your limits. Try to walk out, but Jungkook threw a bunch of photos in her way. Make her stop in the track. She glanced on the floor and saw Jamin with a girl in these photos. Some were taken at college and some were at cafe. All photos have two people in them. Raised her brows in confusion. What Jungkook want to prove by showing these photos? Your so-called date already had a girlfriend. He's lying to you. You should not contact this kind of people. Jungkook said in the dark voice, but was shocked with his behavior. He never thought Jungkook would investigate Jamin just because he had a cup of coffee with her. She already got to know about Jamin's girlfriend by his own self. That's why she was a little comfortable with him. He treated her as a normal friend without flirting with her. Mr. Jeon, thanks for your concern, but we are normal friends. I hope you know what normal means. So stop all this, please. She was really fed up with his controlling behavior, but she need money, so she have to endure this for that. She didn't wait for his reply and left directly. Jungkook looked at the direction where left he. Knocked on the door and called his name, but she didn't got any answer. After hesitating for a while, she decided to open the door and check in case Jungkook was not feeling well. But to her surprise, the room was empty and was like nobody had slept here. She thought maybe Jungkook went out for some work and forgot to inform her. So she had her breakfast and left for the college. Later at the evening, came back and saw Jungkook had not come back yet. Now she was little worried. Jungkook didn't inform her about anything like this, so she had no choice but to ask his assistant about his whereabouts. After few rings, her call was received. Hello, sir. Today early in the morning I didn't saw Mr. Jeon and he's not back till now. Have you any information about him? Like when he will come back? Ask in the serious tone. Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I forgot to inform you. Last night, Mr. June went back to Seoul. He told me to inform you, but it slipped out from my mind. Assistant said, what? He went back? Asked in shocked tone. She didn't know why she had this strong reaction of this news. Yeah, I told you before. Sir June was here for his work, and that work is done now. He had to go back. Assistant remind her. Oh, I forgot that. Well, I think it's also time for me to leave this job now. Sad in the small voice, she was suddenly feeling down. No, Miss Evans went back, but house still need regular cleaning in case some has to stay there out of sudden. So you can still do the job of maid on the weekends if you are interested. Assistant said in the response of words. That's good then, thanks. Hang up and went back in her room to pack. Now she was going to come on weekends, so she need to go back to her rented apartment. She can't live here all alone, especially when the owner of the house is not here. While packing, her mind was mess. Jungkook was the only thing which revolved inside her mind. Why he left? Was it because I told him not to interfere in my life? No, I don't think it is the reason. He was here on temporary basis, so it is natural for him to go back. But why didn't he inform me? He could have just said me in person. He didn't said the bye to me. With all these thoughts inside her head, she left the apartment.